Hello, friend? Today's story is about one of my friends. Let the tale unfold. This is a story of John from Australia. He narrated that he and his friend decided to rent a house nestled in the quiet backyard of another property. The house seemed cozy, surrounded by tall eucalyptus trees and bathed in the warm glow of the Australian sun. John and his friend moved in, excited about their new abode. The first night, as they settled into their beds, they heard a faint knocking on the front door. It was so soft that they almost dismissed it as a figment of their imagination. They shrugged it off and drifted into slumber. But the next night, the knocking returned. This time, it was more persistent. John's friend suggested they investigate. They opened the door, expecting to find a neighbor or perhaps a lost animal. To their surprise, there was no one there. The only sign of life was the outdoor light, triggered by a motion sensor, casting eerie shadows on the porch. They attributed the knocking to some mechanical glitch and went back to bed. However, the nightly ritual continued, the sound of knuckles rapping against the windows and doors, like a ghostly visitor seeking entry. Still, they paid it little heed, dismissing it as mere coincidence. One day, John found himself alone in the house. His friend had gone out for the evening. As he sat in the dimly lit kitchen, engrossed in a book, he heard a distinct crash. It sounded as if something had been dropped and shattered. John's heart raced. Could it be his friend returning? But when he rushed to the kitchen, he found no one, only broken fragments of a plate scattered across the floor. Fear gnawed at him, but he pushed it aside. Perhaps it was just an accident. Yet, the incidents escalated. One night, while John lay in bed, the room plunged into darkness. Suddenly, a sharp slap landed on his cheek. He jolted awake, adrenaline surging through his veins. There was no one in the room, just the lingering sting on his face. Terrified, John fled the house. He spent that night huddled in his car in a nearby parking lot, the engine running for warmth. At dawn, he called his parents, desperation in his voice. He recounted the strange events, the knocking, the broken plate, the unseen assailant. His parents listened carefully. "John," they said, "you must cleanse the house. Evil spirits may be at play." They instructed him to play recitations from the Holy Book continuously for several days. John followed their advice, filling the house with sacred verses. Slowly, the disturbances ceased, the knocking, the broken objects, and the phantom slap, all vanished. Now, John lives peacefully in that same house. The eucalyptus trees sway gently, and the sun casts warm rays upon his doorstep. The haunting is but a memory, replaced by the soothing words of ancient texts. And so, John's home remains a sanctuary, where light triumphs over darkness, and faith shields him from the unknown. Thanks for watching, and please share and like.